The San Francisco Bay was once filled with fisheries, but now only the herring fishery was left. Others like the salmon fisheries collapsed. The salmon's life cycle has 6 stages. First is the egg. After they hatch, they are alevin, who can't survive without eating their yolk sac. Next stage is fry. They need to learn how to scoot together and find food. After a year of living, fry are called par. They eat small insects and grow larger. As they reach saltish water, they are smolt. When they reach the ocean, they are adult salmon who gain weight fast for the last stage, which is spawners. As spawners, they go back to the river to lay eggs in gravel to be protected and fertilized. Salmon migration pattern is going through the Sacramento River to the San Francisco estuary which empties out into the bay, to the Pacific Ocean and back. Salmon's habitat must have cool, clean water and gravel. The Sacramento River provides both water and gravel. The gravel is provided by man-made gravel bars for eggs. The water is very cool but not as clean because of pollution.
The herring life cycle starts with the adult herring in the ocean to find a mate. After done mating, they make their way to the bay to lay the eggs. Each female lays to about 20,000 eggs, but most of them don't survive because they get eaten by other animals. The eggs take 10 days to hatch. The larvae keeps the yolk sac to feed themselves and survive. After another 10 days, the yolk sac depletes and their mouth is big enough to swallow their prey. In spring, the larvae turns into a young herring and gains its scales and other features. The young herring takes 4 years to mature and turn into an adult herring. Herring usually migrate in enormous packs of schools. They migrate around the coast and back to the bay. Herring are usually found in coastal waters and swim very deep.
The California State Water Project is a water storage and delivery system of the reservoirs, aqueduct, power plants, and pumping plants. Its main purpose is the water and agricultural water suppliers in Northern California, the San Francisco Bay Area, the San Joaquin Valley, Central Coast, and Southern California. The effect of the fish population in the California State Water Project, it had expanded throughout the later half of the 19th century. It had started to expand because of the restrictive legislation enhancement and protection of the environment.
The salmon fishery in the San Francisco Bay collapsed in 1884. The cause of it was the economy and overfishing, the decrease of the supply of fish. The human cause was dams, trash, and pollution. The salmon fishery collapsed considering that the herring fishery has lasted for more than 150 years. To help increase salmon, humans built fish wheels to help it swim upstream. The herring fishery in the San Francisco Bay is the only surviving fishery in the Pacific. The Japanese sale of herring roe as a delicacy is the market that currently drives the herring fish in the bay. Herring fish have recovered quickly after oil spills, but haven't recovered fully. The quantities of fish had seriously decreased then, and San Francisco's glory as a fishing port began to fade, despite the attempts being made to help recover it.
The OPC are finding ways to try to restore quantities of fish in the San Francisco Bay. The problems that they're having are people keep catching fish or leave things behind in the ocean. People from Saving the Bay and the OPC are trying things to restore the bay. One thing people are doing the most is funding money to curb efforts of pollution, restore wetlands, habitat, and to protect fish and wildlife. They do different fundraisers to get $100 million to fix the bay. They're trying to keep the bay clean and healthy. The OPC are working to improve how we conserve our ocean and coastal ecosystems. Saving the Bay are assembling maps, photos, and journals of what the bay used to look like to reconstruct the landscape. Now people are trying to protect fisheries, wildlife, and recreational and commercial opportunities along our coastline. Over the years, the San Francisco Bay has changed, and people are trying to keep it safe and healthy.